Welcome to another edition of Tyrone Paulson Drives, where today I get to drive another new entry into the South African car market. And this time around, it's from a brand whose name sounds a little fresh. And it has some Italian sports car styling. I know that's a very bad Italian impression, but with all that said and done, this car is quite dashing, actually. Yeah. Meet the Jetour Dashing, or Jetour as it's actually pronounced. It's a stylish and tech-packed SUV that's making quite an impression on South African roads. But before we take a closer look at the vehicle itself, let's take a moment to talk about Jetour, the brand behind the Dashing. Jetour may be a new name to some of us here in South Africa, but actually it's part of the larger Chinese-owned Chery automobile family. It was established in 2018 and was created to cater to the rising demand for affordable yet premium SUVs in both the domestic Chinese and international markets. And the brand has quickly expanded its presence globally, offering stylish, tech-forward and value-driven vehicles. With the launch of the Dashing, the brand aims to capture the attention of the South African buyer looking for that perfect mix of style, technology, and of course, affordability. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. At first glance, the Dashing stands out with its sharp European design. You've got a bold grille, the sleek LED headlights, and also these beautifully sculpted lines that you see all around the car, giving it a dynamic yet elegant, dashing presence on the road. But it does look a little bit familiar because, I mean, if you look at it dead on, it looks a little like a Lamborghini Urus. And if you catch it from a certain angle, you then, well, see a bit of Porsche Cayenne. Along the side, it looks a little bit like a Jaguar and even like a Lexus from the rear. I mean, let's be honest, it's some clever design inspiration from Jetour. And yeah, it actually does look quite dashing. The Jetour Dashing has two models available for now in South Africa, with a third touted for 2025. The entry-level Momentum is priced at 439,900 Rand, and the Deluxe, which we have on test, priced at 469,900 Rand. Standard across the range are things like an electric tailgate, 6-way adjustable driver's seat, keyless entry with remote start, front and side airbags for front passengers, hill hold assist, stability control, and rear parking cameras. Additionally, the Deluxe gets a panoramic sunroof, a 360-degree camera, blind spot detection, lane change assist, 8 color changing ambient lighting, puddle lamps, more airbags, and rain sensing wipers. The Dashing is available in 7 different colors, including onyx black, crimson red, glacier white, and slate gray. Step inside of the Jetour Dashing Deluxe. You're greeted by a cabin that is... It screams modern tech and, well, comfort. The first thing that you notice, just like when you get into some of its cousins, are these dual 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster and infotainment display. On the infotainment system, you've got all the essentials that you need, and it gives you access like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is both wired and wireless. There's Bluetooth connectivity. There is a wireless charger right here in the front. Plus, you get 2 USB-A ports for charging and interacting with the system as well. And then you also get this rotary dial right here in the center, which allows you to interact with the screen, which is actually very good. On the aircon side, it's got some haptic feedback buttons that you can press to interact with it, as well as interact with it on the screen. And on the steering wheel, you get things like volume control, access to all the menus on the driver display. You'll be able to control your radio, your phone, as well as your cruise control as well. And then it also has reach and rake availability as well. So getting your seating position should be very good. The best part for me about this entire cabin though are the seats. They are super comfortable. It's not real leather, but it feels really good to the touch. The stitching it's on here looks very premium with the red
little lining into it, and the accents also on the dash and over here and on the steering wheel. It all feels really, really good. Even the silver kind of trim on here, it gives it that modern, clean kind of touch. The center console is quite large, so you can put a lot of stuff in here, and it's cooled, so you can put in things like bottles and keep your cool drinks cool. It really is great. The only issue is that it's only got one cup holder here in the front. I mean, just one. I thought maybe there's a hidden one somewhere, but there isn't, and I don't get it. There is, though, you're able to store like a cup hold and bottles inside of the door, and it's quite solid when it's in there. The only problem is that if you're the driver, you have to every time reach down here and then get it back, which could be quite distracting. So yeah, we need another cup holder, guys. Just one more in the front. The very comfortable space that you are in when sitting in the front, it continues right here in the rear as well. There are 3 seat belts, which means you can put 3 people in here, and because it's got no transmission hump in here, whoever sits in the middle will actually be, well, sitting quite comfortable, nothing to stretch out. It's actually very, very cool. There are 2 cup holders in the center armrest, like one more than the one in front. Talking about 2, there's also 2 ISOFIX points for car seats. There's 2 USB ports, USB-A as well as USB-C, and even place for you to store your phone while it's charging. You can put stuff in the back of the seats as well. The panoramic sunroof gives it that whole open extra airiness as well. And just look at the seating. The seat is in my seating position, the one in front of me, right? I've got more than enough leg room and more than enough headroom. This is a hand and another hand. That's how big it is. It's a lot better than a lot of its rivals and even some of its cousins that are out there. This is a very, very comfortable spot to be in. I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's quite dashing here in the back.
In the boot, the Dashing offers 977 liters of space when all the seats are folded down. There were no official figures available at the time of filming, but it looks similar in size to its cousin, the Omoda C5, which offers about 370 liters of space.
Getting behind the wheel of the Jetour Dashing Deluxe is, well, quite a familiar experience to me, and I must confess I kind of knew what this car was going to drive like, because I've driven probably all the Chery products and a lot of its other brands as well, and they all drive exactly alike. They're all really good, so, well, this is, well, going to be good as well, which is exactly what it is. It's very comfortable. The 1.6 litre turbocharged engine that's in here, which is shared between both the models as well, produces 115 kilowatts and 230 newton meters of torque, and it sends all its power to the front wheels via a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And it gives you smooth shifts and decent power when you, well, really need it. Acceleration is solid for, well, I mean, for cars in its class. And while it's not the most performance-focused SUV out there, it certainly, well, holds its own. It does have a couple of its shortcomings, like most cars have, and this one, for me, there's 3, and it starts with its dual-clutch transmission. And just like we've experienced with a lot of its, well, cousins, initially when we drove it, it doesn't feel as sharp in a lot of the other brands that are out there, but if the Jetour J7 and Tiggo 8 Pro is anything to go by, that DCT transmission has been upgraded and it's a lot better, so definitely can get better. But to be quite honest with you, I don't think the normal average driver is going to even pick it up. I mean, you won't even notice it. It's just, we're nitpicking. I'm talking about nitpicking. This car's only got like 2 driving modes. It's either eco or sport. So it's either very kind of labored like it is right now, or it's very responsive. There's nothing in between, and I wish it was something in between, you know, like a normal mode. But again, you kind of get used to it, so you just easily adapt to it all. And then there's the complaint that most of us have, it's the Chinese cars, it's its fuel consumption. Jetour claims 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers. I've been averaging on very short little drives between 8.5 and 9.5, but the combined cycle, if I check it right now, it's between 10 and 11 liters per 100 kilometers, and that's a little bit concerning when it comes to this car. And again, just like all the other cars, I think maybe with some further tuning and maybe adapting ourselves, it could get a little bit better. But, you know, high fuel pricing is an issue here. But overall, just like its cousins from Chery, this is a very easy car to drive and to live with. No matter if you're a new or an experienced driver, you will easily adapt to driving this car, be it on a daily or whenever. It's good on short runs. It's even better on longer runs when you stretch its legs. I mean, it's a very good car, just like all the other products. And yeah, to be quite honest with you, I've really enjoyed driving this car. Again, just like all the other Chery products, it's very good cars and easy cars to drive. But I think this one, because of its pricing and the whole package that Jetour puts in place with this car, I think this one might be the car that's gonna really challenge, well, even its cousins and a lot of its traditional rivals when it comes to the, well, family SUV market. This is a very, very good option. And it looks quite dashing. I couldn't resist, sorry, my bad. So, who is the Jetour Dashing Deluxe for? Well, if you're in the market for a mid-size SUV that combines modern styling, cutting-edge tech, and affordability, well, then the Dashing Deluxe is certainly worth a look. It's priced competitively, it undercuts many of its rivals while offering a lot of value in terms of features. Plus, with Jetour's growing presence in South Africa and assistance from its mother brand, we can expect some strong after-sales support and warranties to give us, the buyers, well, peace of mind. Jetour offers the Dashing with a 10-year, 1 million kilometer engine warranty, along with a 5-year, 150,000 kilometer vehicle warranty and a 5-year, 60,000 kilometer service plan. Adding to this, Jetour South Africa has over 100 million rand in parts already stocked at their head office in Midrand in Johannesburg. Whether you're a city driver or someone who enjoys the long road trips, the Jetour Dashing Deluxe makes a compelling case as a well-rounded, stylish, affordable SUV. Thank you very much for watching another edition of Tyrone Paulson Drives. If you liked the video, please leave us a thumbs up, and we'd love to hear your comments about what you think about the Jetour Dashing Deluxe. Just leave your comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when we upload another new video as well. And with that, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.